hopefully there's a Frenemies reboot. I just think that, hey, listen, you don't have to be best friends, but you should not have animosity or any negativity toward a family member.
Right.
And we're back like we never left. Welcome to another Frenemies Rant, where we keep tabs on all the Trisha Paytas mentions on the H3 podcast. Hi, my name is Jem. Go get your clips. It's time to reload. Before we dive into my boy Howie Mandel keeping it messy on the H3 podcast, let's go back and rehash the Trisha Paytas mentions that happened within the year.
Oh my God.
Number one trending King Charles. Number two Trisha.
Okay, Trisha Paytas is pregnant again. YouTube personality announces she is expecting baby number 2. Wait, we knew this is old news.
What is this Hallmark card?
This is the
photo
old
spread.
You know who this is, right?
Announcement.
No.
That's Hila's brother.
Oh shit.
He looks-
That's still. It's current.
They have 2 kids, or they're about to have 2 kids.
No
God willing.
shit.
You know, I wish them.
I
good,
remember
happy pregnancy,
that.
birthing, whatever. He looks so much like Brad the Bull.
Yeah.
So
Kinda
wait,
nuts.
where are things with that? With the Trish and you and the what's the deal there?
Well, the deal is that we're not really in contact.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm happy they're doing well, and I'll say this: they seem to be doing really good, and their baby is beautiful, and
Oh, that's nice.
Trisha's been like staying out of controversy, so she seems to be doing well.
All right, well, that's good. She's got some nice thigh highs there.
I haven't told this story, but I'll say it. We ran into them recently.
Oh.
Shut up.
I know this is big T.
Spill the tea, Ethan. That's what we're here for.
Oh shit.
We were doing a Halloween. It was some kind of Halloween pop-up event. Where it was fun. It was like a little Halloween carnival that we brought the kids to. And who do we run into but Trisha, Moses, and their lovely daughter, who I had not met before.
Oh wow.
And I mean, it was
Wow, imagine meeting your niece for the first time in some random mall.
I don't know how they felt. I didn't think it was super awkward. I mean, we exchanged nice pleasantries and we moved on.
And this is what gets me about Ethan. His perception of reality sometimes can be completely off the mark. So to him, he and Trisha exchanged pleasantries. But to Trisha, not new Trisha, old Trisha, she would have described that same incident as the most horrible experience in her entire life. Tell me I'm lying.
There was no further kind of there was no beyond that, but we ran into him, and it was interesting. It was very interesting.
Wow.
Very interesting. You know what? That's the word I use now in everyday life. Example, if someone's telling you a story and you don't really care one way or the other, or you don't have an opinion, or you don't know what to say, just reply with, yeah, that's interesting. Trust me, it works every time.
It didn't feel like didn't feel uncomfortable.
Well, so here's what happened.
No, it didn't feel uncomfortable. Not for Ethan. Ethan thrives in uncomfortable situations. So for him, no, he would not be uncomfortable. That's just a normal day for Ethan.
We were walking with the boys. It was packed.
Yeah.
And Hila's mom was with us, and she's straggling. And we're like, what? She's talking to someone like, who? She doesn't know anyone. Who's she talking to? And then so I walk back there with the boys, and I go, oh, shit.
Oh.
It's Moses and Trisha.
Wow.
So I wasn't going to be a weirdo and like run off.
So instead, he decided to be a weirdo and walk up to them. I'm joking around, but for real, the fact that Ethan approached them, and I get it, because if he's walking around the corner and then they look up and see him, it would be kind of weird to just spin around and walk the other way, because then that would imply that there's a real beef between them. So the fact that Ethan walked up to them showed that there wasn't any kind of animosity or anger still there. He approached them. So what we can deduce from that is at that point for Ethan, and again, this is in February of this year, Ethan was civil enough to approach them, meaning his issue was not that big that he couldn't speak to them at all.
So I just walked up and said hi.
How long had it been since you'd seen them?
I don't think I've seen her since she stormed out of the right?
Whoa, no shit.
I mean, I don't know. You tell me.
Same with Moses. I don't think I saw either of them since we broke up.
Ethan has a bad memory. That's why it's good that we're here to remind him. No, the last time you saw Trisha wasn't when she stormed off. It was when you both did the unaired episode of Frenemies, right before the launch of the Frenemies merch. There was an unaired lost episode of Frenemies that never was released.
We actually filmed one last Frenemies number 40, that did not make it to air per Ethan's, per Ethan's decision. I wanted it to air. I felt good about it, and I'm actually going to show you the mukbang that I filmed after. Okay, that's it. This is the mukbang we filmed after the last episode of Frenemies. And for context, we filmed July 5th. So, yeah. I feel good about it. Who knows? We just filmed it, so I'll probably put this out maybe after it comes out, so I don't know what the outcome is if people are still hating me. But it kind of doesn't matter. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, because I'll put it out after, like, Ethan said he forgive me, which was a huge thing for me.
So after they recorded that last officially episode of Frenemies, Ethan went back on H3 and said, you know what, in the long run, he decided not to air the footage because he didn't see anything in that episode that would lead to a positive outcome. But Trisha gave her side of the story, and she was very happy and excited after they filmed that episode. And when Ethan decided not to air it, she was upset because she felt as if Ethan admitted to a lot of things that happened were his fault and she was right on certain things. And that made her upset that he decided not to air the footage because she felt it would have vindicated her last walkout. And she felt that Ethan did not want that to happen and it made him look bad, so that he decided not to air it. So that was the last time that they saw each other.
Wow.
Man, the TikTok clips are about to go crazy.
well,
I'm not sleeping tonight. I got a lot of work
nothing
to do.
really, listen, nothing really happened. But I'll say it was nice to see them. I haven't seen them in a long time. They look great, and I'm happy for them.
That's nice.
That's
That is
very nice.
diplomatic
Glad to
and
hear.
pleasant and sweet.
Okay, Ethan, just ended right there. Ended on a high note. You don't need to go any further. But of course, he's going to go further. He wouldn't be Ethan if he did not go further.
Not even. I am. You know, there's complications. People always wonder, like, why don't we reconcile? Why don't we bring the show back? And there's complications beyond what you guys know. That's all I'll say about that.
It's kind of weird because in my mind, I'm thinking that Ethan at this point is still thinking that the reunion won't happen because Hila does not want it to happen. She doesn't want to make up with Moses. I'm sure it was true at that time, but we all know, if you guys have watched the Frenemy Reloaded series, the main issue is Moses's contempt for his family, for Hila and Ethan.
But on my end, I thought it was nice to see him, and God bless him for that. And I love that they're growing a beautiful family. I really do. As a parent myself,
Yeah. Can't be
children
mad
are
at
the
that.
best. They're the best. And it, you know, if anything, it makes people more mature. It makes them more responsible. It makes them more loving and empathic individuals, or it destroys them.
Right. It destroys everything in their life.
Right.
And shatters their
and-
psyche forever.
Right. And the child also
Goes
the
down
child
with them.
might be traumatized for life too and end up being a serial killer or something. But there's two paths. in
That's
life.
He
right.
can't help himself. He cannot help himself.
It's A or B, and there's no in between.
I don't believe they're walking that path. Just to say it for the record.
No, that's nice. That's nice. All right, that's nice.
And wait, is the cat out of the bag on the baby's name? I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, how long has that been out?
Is it
Well,
Elon?
she's always said that she wants to name her baby Elvis.
So here's the thing.
Elvira and Elizabeth and
Yeah.
all of it. It makes sense in that family.
Right.
Elvis.
God, people are losing their minds. If Trisha Paytas has enough babies, we might be able to end the monarchy. Why is this so funny? Somehow everything around Trisha always ends up being a story. Like, she didn't even try to, but like in the world, there's this cosmic alignment where the royals just die in perfect unison with her babies being breathed life. And somehow it turns into this whole thing. 41,000 likes in 2 hours. Like this
Jesus Christ.
This is it. King Charles is gonna fucking die.
For the record, as of this recording, nearing the end of August 2024, King Charles is still alive.
Unimportant announcement.
Well done.
Speaking of Elvis, did you see what Trump put out over the weekend?
Uh-oh. So true.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. I haven't watched this video until I've said so many nice things about them, and I mean all of it. But on the other end, this video was so iconic. She was, and I mean this with love, peace and love. It is funny. I think she would admit. She was doing meditating.
Yeah.
And people were throwing tomatoes at her on fucking TikTok. You can pay money to throw tomatoes. I mean, it's just bananas. I've never seen anything like it.
And that's why I always say Trisha is smart. In order to play dumb, you have to be very smart. Again, in order to play dumb, not in order to be dumb. In order to play dumb, you have to be smart. And Trisha's smart.
But again, like, without trying, it's just so iconic. What can I say? She's one of the great entertainers of our time.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway. Yeah, so, okay.
That's a huge event.
We got a lot to talk about here today. This was a kind of an interesting moment everybody was gossiping about. I heard about through the grapevine. Let me just show you guys. This is Trisha related, so warning. Oh, there's nothing bad. It's just interesting. Bring back Frenemies. Bring Frenemies back. She liked it.
With me doing YouTube now, and this was on TikTok, but when I see this, my first thought is sometimes creators, they'll like a comment, but not because they necessarily agree with the statement, more so to acknowledge that they've read the comment. But really, I don't think Trisha liked this tweet because Trisha has YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. There's no way I believe she's really interacting and commenting across all platforms. I think she has somebody else hitting the likes for her. This is just pure speculation.
But, so hold on. This was up, as I understand it, for a few hours. Mm-hmm. Then she unliked it.
She did.
What do you think happened? Do you think that she stuck her neck out and genuinely, and then she's like, oh, I'm nervous, and unliked it? Or was it an accident?
No, I don't even think it was an accident. Whoever she employed liked it, probably not even really reading the comment. And then I'm sure it might have gotten a lot of buzz, so much so that it got back to Trisha. And then Trisha had to go herself and unlike it or contact her employee and tell them to unlike that comment. And I'm surprised because even before I started recording, I kind of did a quick check to see if Trisha made any comments about Ethan in the roughly year since I've been off YouTube, and she hasn't. And I remember when Trisha said the last stuff she had to say about Ethan and then she stopped commenting. I remember it was on the end of December 2022. Or was it 2021? It was the end of December 2021 because that's roughly around the time I started YouTube. At that point, Trisha, even though I didn't know Trisha, I was made aware that she was known for having her breakdowns, and she would say, this is the last time I'm doing something, and then go back to doing it. She was known for talking about her ops, so to speak. So even at that point, the consensus, what am I talking about? The consensus was that she wasn't going to stick by whatever she said at that time. She told off Ethan and she was like, that's the last time I'm going to say anything about him.
Over 2 months ago, I sent a text privately to Ethan and Hila and begged them. Where the 2 months ago, 3 months ago? Can we just end this, please?
So people are waiting for her to mention his name again. And I'm telling you, December 2021 was the last time Trisha mentioned Ethan Klein or Hila Klein. She went dark. And I have to commend her because I came on the tail end of Trisha and I was thinking, based on her past and what everybody was saying, okay, she's going to go back to her old ways. She did have another breakdown. I remember it was a year later she did. Like when I say breakdown, one of the things where she's crying on camera about people talking about her or something.
Hey guys, what's up? I feel like I shouldn't even be making this video, like giving attention to this, but I'm kind of at my breaking point with Reddit, and there's really nothing that is being done about it.
Again, that had nothing to do with Ethan and what Ethan was doing. So at least I can say she has changed. So far. It's been way over a year, 2 years. Come on, I'll give her props for that.
I think the first option's beautiful.
I think genuinely, I think she's being sincere. And then she was like, you know what, I just don't want to deal with, overthinking it and then people making a big deal about it. Let me just not.
Nope. Even if she would have done that purposely, like let's say she wanted to do something to call out Ethan, but be sly about it, she wouldn't do it in that way. That's why I think it's an accident. She wouldn't want people to really outright think that she wants to go back to Frenemies. If she really wanted to go back to Frenemies, it wouldn't happen on the internet. She would just contact Ethan and Hila. Why throw that out there for whatever reason? What, so that Ethan can contact her? It doesn't even make any sense. Because we all know it has nothing to even do with Trisha. It has everything to do with Moses.
Or it's also possible she could have just been liking all the top comments.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good theory, Olivia.
She's like that? That's so corny. I don't think
she did like a bunch of comments.
Yeah, I don't think she did that. She's not corny.
No, but
she's
not
corny,
that.
but she did like the top comments.
She likes all the top comments?
But this was sincere. I know it.
Yeah, I don't know, AB. That's wishful thinking on your part. And why do you care that much about Trisha anyway? You of all people should be relieved she's gone because she was on your case. Don't you remember? Oh, I remember. We all here remember. For you new people, let me remind you. Oh, actually, I can't remind you. There was an episode we did where Trisha was calling out AB. In the second walkout, after Ethan and Trisha made up behind the scenes, AB fed Ethan bad info. Ethan and Hila went live and was like, we made up with Trisha. We think everything is fine, but now she just released a video. And apparently she's calling us out in the video because AB said that's what the video was about. And it turned out that Trisha was not calling them out in the video. AB just got the info completely wrong. Not that I blame you, AB, because really, who wants to sit through Trisha's long rambling videos, right? To get to the point and summarize it to give to Ethan before his show goes live. But still, AB, that is your job.
I think this was beautiful.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, wait, is that possible? But then I was like, not really. It's just, it would be big.
Oh, yeah.
And we're both parents now, isn't that great? Like how much, how much have we matured, I think, since Frenemies fell apart. I mean, we're both different people.
Oh my God, ew.
By now,
No. You both are the same people. The only difference is maybe one of you can hide it better than the other. But you both are the same people. And it's no shade. I'm just a person who believes you are who you are. Real change takes a lot of work. Trisha's just good at not having her outbursts on camera anymore. And to be frank, I feel like she could have always done that. She could have always not have her breakdowns on camera, but she liked it. She liked the attention. But now the climate change and breaking down and being hysterical on camera is not the wave. So she had to pack it up. Yeah, especially with children, you don't want to give off the impression that you're a loose cannon.
What the fuck?
It is quite fucked up to think about it. It's our kids are cousins
and close in age.
We live in the same city. I mean,
and adorable.
It's horrible. I mean, it sucks. It's horrible.
It does.
You guys, can you imagine having a cousin that lives down the street and you don't even know them because your parents are beefing?
I feel because whatever. It's not up to me.
And when he says it's not up to me, I don't think he's thinking it's up to Moses. I think he's thinking it's up to Hila. Hey, Ethan, it's not on your end why this reunion cannot move forward. It's on their end.
I'm going to say it. I miss it.
You're going to say that?
I'm going to say it. Fuck it. I miss Frenemies. I miss Trisha.
Again, AB, she didn't even like you. Hey, unless off camera, behind the scenes, you guys totally made up or you believe she made up with you, Trisha's kind of funny. When she pegs you a certain way, it's kind of hard to shake it off, and you really rubbed her the wrong way.
Well, everybody, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Yeah, AB. Are you sure you miss her, or did you kind of forget how she treated you?
I know Olivia's always.
Yeah. Don't even look at me.
Oh, should I not expose you for that?
No, you can.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm not going
If
to
there
speak
are
for you.
YouTubers I've devoted the most of my time to in my life, it would be you, Trisha, and Colleen Ballinger. But
Oh, really?
For sure.
So wait, you're a Trisha stan?
Oh, man, the trifecta.
Or you've been?
I grew up like watching her forever. I do.
Gosh.
I
Have you ever heard the phrase, don't meet your hero? Sometimes it's good to love from afar.
So you didn't start well after Frenemies ended. Yeah,
I started way before Frenemies started.
Because Trisha felt
Both of
like
you.
Trisha felt like she didn't have any of her people.
Oh no, I was
But
in both audiences.
You are one of her
absolutely.
people.
Yes.
Yes, Ethan, but you're still wrong. You're still wrong. Trisha did feel like she didn't have enough of her people. Olivia does not count towards a Trisha person. Olivia counts towards a you person. Again, we'll get into that deeper in Frenemies Reloaded.
When you guys, oh my God, I don't know. Am I allowed? When you guys first started collabing, I was like, this is the best thing I had ever seen in my life.
It was special.
Yeah, but I don't. Moving on.
It was a special time. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times, as they say. Tale of two titties. I don't know. Tale of two cities.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got what you were referencing.
I didn't mean to be so vulgar about it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that one. Apologies. I mean, we're tits, like dummies.
Yeah. I was thinking like little tits are fun. Because you're chirping. You're always chirping.
Or we both have babies, young babies who are being titted.
Yeah, okay, that's sure.
It's a lot to discuss, man. I don't know. So I don't know what to say, but she unliked it, so I actually don't know what it was, but
you know what's funny?
Yeah, that's true. We'd have to get. Someone said she ruined your life. My life is not ruined.
A joke.
I mean, clearly it's not ruined.
Yeah, that's dramatic.
Yeah.
It was this clip right here.
To get that cash grab.
Mm-hmm. So, who the fuck's gonna pay me to be on OnlyFans?
A lot of people. Do you want?
You know, you do that.
Wait, what?
When you end a sentence, you go,
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
You go, a lot of people, You did that right then.
No, definitely not. And I don't think it's because you're Jewish. There's lots of.
Oh my God.
I find you offensive, so you're not invited to my wedding.
She just did
Remember
it.
not to come next week, then.
This is edited. That's not exactly how it played out.
It was.
Come like visit my daughter.
Okay, wait.
It's funny because Ethan always appreciated Trisha's comedy, but he didn't always understand it. So those were the times where things kind of went left, and then they couldn't find the funny.
We had good.
Hadn't thought of that in a long time,
dude.
People are saying she went on Keem's podcast. Listen, I don't care about any of that shit. You know what I mean? Bygones are bygones, and polygons are polygons.
Different types of shapes, yeah.
For real.
For real.
For real.
I guess I just
Geometry,
missed
baby.
my whole friend. Didn't Trisha say Ethan sexually harassed her? I think she. I don't remember.
Not that it's funny, but like, yeah, she might have said I tied her up and kept her in the basement. You know, where people fight, things were said. Lies were made.
She may have implied.
There was a lot said.
Yeah.
There was a lot said by all of us.
Yeah.
Things were said. Things were regretted.
Mm-hmm.
Things were, but we've grown.
Yeah.
You know. It's a redemption story, and I think that's beautiful.
And that's why if there ever was a Frenemies reunion, it would work. It doesn't even have to be a long-term weekly thing. If they were to just come back, and the comeback would have just been an episode of reconciliation, of just showing how they can forgive each other and move on, people would love it.
I think redemption is what we all believe in redemption. We all believe in second chances. Yeah, there's 0% of this happening, by the way, pretty much. Unfortunately. Sorry to get you guys' hopes up.
Boo!
But when I saw her like that, for the first time since it ended, I thought like, damn, what if? That was the first time I thought that.
Breaking my heart.
Yeah.
Don't say that. I mean, hey, sometimes friendships end. Some things are for a season. You know, I mean, a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time for truth, and a time to pathologically lie. Trisha's a mess.
Would it be the same?
I think it would. Stronger, more powerful.
You think we'd pick up where we left off?
No, that's impossible. No. Ethan would be able to, I think, but Trisha kind of likes to hold grudges. She's gonna need to get things off her chest, so it can't be water on the bridge. Let's just move forward. No, Ethan. Trisha's gonna have to drape you up a bit.
It's impossible to say.
Yeah.
I mean, not to put a damper on it, but it has been several years, and like you said, things have changed a lot.
Yeah.
The dynamic would be not at all the same, at least on the surface level of like where you're at.
Preach, Dan, preach.
But I feel like we could. I feel like me and Trisha are friends in the way that we can just, you know, when you like haven't seen your. Okay, sorry, this is not. Don't read it too far into this. People are gonna take this like all kinds of ways. But you know when you like meet your best friend that you haven't seen in like a decade, and you pick it back up like nothing happened.
Yeah, I get what he's saying, but that's not what's going to happen in your case. You guys ended off on a horrible note. It's not like seeing an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time where when you last saw each other, everything was on the up and up and you see them again after years and it's like, hey, you, what's up? Hey. That's why when you saw her in the mall or wherever it was, you guys, Halloween something, a couple of months before this, even though Ethan did approach them and they were all cordial, there was no follow-up, no phone call saying, hey, it was good seeing you. Maybe we can meet up again. There's no follow-up. So that's how you know there is still beef in the air.
How can you possibly know that?
Why? We were friends for a long time.
Ethan's giving a touch of delusion.
I know.
A year and a half.
Someone said, let's order a pizza. That's a good, I like that idea,
Sweet.
actually.
Do I think that you guys have the ability to be hilarious together still? Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah, I didn't say that it wouldn't be good. I said it would be different.
Yeah.
That's the point that I was trying to make.
Difference is good. We change, we grow, we ebb, we flow.
Sure.
You all, I think it would be good, but you know what would mess it up? The fans. Or the stands, I don't know. Here's why. When they joined together, they were joining the H3 fans with the Trisha fans. And when everything was lovely between them, the fans all got along. But because there's a split, everybody had to choose sides. It's like a battle, not between just these two people, but between the fan bases.
We twerk. Look at this for the gang.
This showed up in my memories the other day on my phone.
This is like the cover of Freaks and Geeks or some shit, like just some nostalgic ass sitcom from 20 years ago, and she's holding Shredder. God, I miss him. Love that dog.
Shredder passed? The last I saw, he was sick. Shredder was the nicest mean dog ever. I loved him. He would bully everybody that like stepped to Ethan or Hila. Anybody that got within their vicinity, he would just attack. Not that I liked that the dog attacked and was biting people, but it was just so cute. I wish I didn't know that right now. R.I.P. Shredder.
I guess I just miss my old friend. Some feathers are just too bright to be caged.
I can't tell if Lena's crying or laughing.
A little of both. I miss the good times. And also, it's just a funny photo.
I was getting a little emotional
Yeah.
too. I guess I just miss my old friend. I'll miss. But here, if we did it, there'd have to be rules. There'd have to be rules. Rule number 1, we cannot talk about anything that happened on the show before. That's over.
No, Trisha's gonna have to bring it up. You don't know Trisha must talk about the past? That's a must for her. That's her thing.
Rule number 2, no pizza. Those are the ground rules.
Now that rule I can completely get behind.
He takes that 5%.
Classic, that drop can never die.
Bill Burr ruined Ethan's life. Yeah, you guys forgot. It wasn't Trisha. It was Bill Burr that ruined my life. I guess I just miss my old friend. Anyway, whatever. But in truth, we're both doing well on our own.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for her. Her new podcast is doing really, really well.
Really, really well, you say? Okay, let's look this up. I haven't been here in, maybe almost a year. Let's see what Trisha... Whoa! What? What? Ethan! She don't need you! What is this? I left for a year and you guys done made Trisha a star? And you didn't tell me?
And I'm happy for her because she's always been a brilliant, a one-of-a-kind, brilliant entertainer. And I'll say this. For some reason, she had podcasts and she had shows before our show. And for some reason, they just never clicked. But I'm really happy that she's found a format that works for her and people are watching and people are liking it. So good for her, you know what I mean? We're both doing well.
Wow. Whoa. Wow. Yo, Ethan, that's the understatement of the year. Let me go check some more stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was just quickly checking around. Trisha signed with CAA, so she must be getting a ton of sponsorships. Does she still own her podcast, or did she join a network? Because remember, she said before, we went over this on Frenemies Reloaded. She signed to a network, and it didn't make sense because she did all the work, and all they did was just press play or just uploaded it. And her new podcast, it was on her channel that she already had for years, so I'm hoping she's still producing it herself, and I'm sure with Moses. But if she still owns her podcast and she signed with CAA, yo, Trisha's making money moves. What is this, Ethan? You guys, I'm bringing up Ethan's numbers. These numbers aren't bad, but last I left, Ethan was doing 1 million every episode. Still, Ethan is doing well. Ethan just lost, about 10-15%. And his videos are still like over 3 hours long. Some 5 hours. The thing about YouTube is even with a drop in numbers, the fact that he can hold even 800,000 people for 3, 4, 5 hours, trust, Ethan's still doing good. It's just he was doing better, you know?
I'm curious if let's do a poll. This is non-binding. I just want to get a temp check. Would you I just want to get a temp check, that's all. Nah. Dan is warning me that this may have gone too far.
Yes.
What about it? I feel like, me neither.
Exactly. So
you're shy. Okay.
Let's do a poll, and then we'll move on.
All right.
Would you approve of a new season of Frenemies? Would you approve?
Bad poll, bad poll. I've been gone for a year. Are we still doing that? Are we still doing the bad polls?
These polls.
Then let's do a Hassan poll next. And then let's do one with both of them.
What does
and
that
then
mean?
a fourth one with Cam. Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Like a podcast with you and Hassan and Trisha.
Oh, we're doing polls on everybody I've ever known?
Okay. Now, before I got off YouTube for a year, I was kind of aware of the leftover situation where there's some kind of commotion. They were taking a break, right? An indefinite break. Yeah, remember I did a video. I don't like watching my own videos, but I know this video right here. I did a video, and in that video, it wasn't the main topic, but towards the end, let me see. I might splice it in here if I have the chance.
Oh, Hassan has COVID.
Oh, right, that.
So I don't know. Is there any way to do an episode on Thursday, or did you hear anything back from that, Dan?
I did.
No. So there's no.
We'll get to another week.
Okay, that's good. So Thursday there's no show because Hassan got COVID. I think he's avoiding me, if you ask me.
Purposely infected himself.
Could be. I think he's lying just to avoid coming here. Can you buy? I bet,
lying.
Well, he showed the COVID test with the 2 stripes. I wonder if you could probably buy a positive COVID test. You know, I wouldn't put it past him.
Anything Ethan says, I listen to and I believe. I don't think this is a joke. Is he really saying it's a joke? He's like, no, and he's thinking, oh, you could have a fake test. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Could be nothing. Hassan could really be sick and he's going to be back on the show, or Hassan is stalling for a reason. Like there's something going on behind the scenes. Because why would Ethan say that? And they can come back next week and the show Leftovers is on and everything's fine. Okay. But something's going on. You guys, come on, pick up what they're throwing down. So we're going to keep an eye on Leftovers with Ethan and Hassan. We're going to keep an eye on Ethan. And at that time, I did not watch Leftovers. But that's because they were still feeling out the show, right? I did go back after a year or something, and it was good. It was good. But in this video I did, when it was still new, Ethan made a comment on H3, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think the show will last. Guy, I was right.
I miss my old friend Phil D. Beautiful feather. Fly like a bird, fly far away.
I love it.
Thank you to. Wait, people can like comments now? Or like super chats?
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Yep. Would you approve of a new season of Frenemies? Because I know there's a lot of detractors, and you know what I mean. I'm not judging them. They're looking out for our best interest. But yeah, I mean, this is interesting. 78% say yes. So certainly some movement there. Or some support there for sure.
All right, so he said some movement there, then he said some support. So I'm taking that to mean that maybe previously he's done a poll and the numbers for Frenemies return is higher now. He sees an upward trajectory. So his fans are more okay with the idea of Frenemies returning. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Ethan's fans did not like Trisha because when she left, more stuff about her started coming out. Yeah, nobody wanted her to return. So to have the poll skewing the other way now, I don't know. You think maybe they're it's already in the works and they're soft launching it? Behind the scenes, they're thinking, yeah, we want to get back together, but let's kind of ease it. Nah. I might have thought that, but the fact that Trisha has a big time agency and her numbers are good, we'll get further into it, but the vibe I'm getting in this scenario is more Ethan's side pushing for it than Trisha's side.
22% say, ish, don't think so. All right. Didn't expect to go on that tangent, but thank you. I guess I just miss my old friend. We love you, and let's talk. I'd love to bring you on the 31st. It'd be fun.
Sure. Maybe some fun experience.
Hell yeah. All right, you take care. Have a good weekend, buddy. Nice to see you.
Thanks, Gabe.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Gabe is still around?
You said 2 girls, 1, then Gabe. First the T-shirts, 2 girls, 1.
Why are you going through my document in your mind? Can we just do the show?
Sorry.
Controlling?
Howie, did you hear that I came second place on the poker?
I did. I watched the poker thing, and then I saw Tana trying to get you to do Frenemies again.
Yeah. Leave it to my man Howie to get everything all out right out the gate. I did a video, was it Love and Hate? This came out 2022, and it was when Howie again brought up the same thing. Howie was bringing up Trisha to Ethan. Ethan went on Howie's podcast, and I came up with this video called Hate and Love, or Love and Hate, something like that. Watch it if you haven't seen it. That was right after the I Am Moses movie. That's an internet classic, okay? But, you guys, I'm playing. But, he said Tana's name, something Tana and poker.
I did. I watched the poker thing, and then I saw Tana trying to get you to do Frenemies again.
All right, you guys. Let me stop and look up Tana. What does Tana have to do with everything? Oh, okay, so Ethan and Tana, last I saw, has now developed their friendship. Bridge. What does that mean, a bridge, Tana, Ethan? Let me do some research again, a little more research, and come right back. Oh, you guys, why didn't you tell me? I didn't notice. Okay, going back here now, looking at Trisha's channel, she's been interviewing Tana, and apparently somewhere I saw they're like best friends or friends. How did this happen? Why is Trisha hanging out with Tana? Trisha doesn't like Tana. Did they really make up? Like, this friendship is genuine? People, we cracked the code 2 years ago. We didn't even need Ethan to tell us. All right, we here at Frenemies Reloaded, we all saw that Ethan would have made up with Trisha if it was up to him. We already knew that. Even when Ethan was going off and whatever. It had nothing to do with anything.
Show me a...
Oh my goodness. Did you just hear Tana step over Ethan's answer? Why ask a question if you're not going to listen to the answer? She's asking for our benefit, right? Because she could have these conversations with Ethan offline, but she's doing it online because she wants us to know. Great. Thank you, Tana. I appreciate it, but let the man answer. Did you hear what Ethan said? Let me wind it back.
There's family issues. Obviously, Trisha's husband.
He said Trisha's husband. Trisha's husband. A shade of it.
Golly, Hila's looking good.
He says there's family issues and also Trisha's husband. And then she cut him off. What was he about to say, y'all? Because you can't even complete that sentence. There's family issues and obviously Trisha's husband. Brainstorm with me, y'all. Brainstorm in the chat. Finish that sentence.
Can we have frenemies again?
7-3. It's not up to me. If it was up to me, I'd say yes.
You'd say yes.
If it was up to me, I'd fucking be there now.
So you want frenemies again?
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
It's not up to me, though.
So that noted, right? Tana is friends with Ethan, and she's also friends with Trisha, and she's digging around asking questions, and she loves frenemies, and she's like, noted. She's acting as the bridge or the conduit between the two. Here's the thing, Tana. You're doing it for engagement. Fine, I'm not mad at you because I get to hear Ethan talk about it. But if you're friends with Trisha, what you would know is that Trisha is not talking about it. There can be a way for someone to be the mediator between, say, Ethan and Trisha. But the beef is not between Ethan and Trisha. It's between Hila and Moses. So, Tana, you may be close to Hila. Are you close to Moses? A mediator can work, but I do not think Tana has the tact for this type of situation. Does Tana seem like a mediator in her own life? Is she one that brings her friends together, or is she one that participates in tearing her friends apart? Is she good at conflict resolution? I don't know.
Hopefully there's a Frenemies reboot, but I'm very concerned that you don't talk to your brother. That's very important to me. I think as Jews, we can't hate each other. The world is hating us as it is.
You got to keep it tight.
Oh my God.
You got to keep it
like
tight.
Falafel in here. But but I don't know if I'm overstepping my bounds.
No, you're not.
The staff knows you're not supposed to talk about Trisha and Moses, and this dude by the name of Howie just brings it up. Okay, fine. Hila says, no, you're not out of bounds. You're not out of place. No, it's fine for you to bring it up. This is why we have to really pay attention. What changed with Hila?
But think it. It's so good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, that was.
Speaking
awesome.
of Trisha Paytas, she's been trending with the Queen because everyone. This is like the most overused joke at this point because everyone's been saying on Twitter. Have you seen this, Hila?
I
That
have.
Trisha's baby is gonna, or the Queen is gonna be reincarnated as Trisha's baby. I mean, it's pretty funny, but I've heard it like it's very. I don't think, as far as I know, Trisha's had the baby. So, Queen,
she's safe.
My wonderful Queen, you are safe from that hell. No, I'm just kidding.
There's like 3 more with.
We love the baby. We love the
I shouldn't
baby.
say it. I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't say.
That baby's my nephew.
That's right.
That's right.
You should be hoping for
making
the
me-
reincarnation. You could be the aunt and uncle.
Just
to
saying
the,
that made me.
to
But no, the
queen.
baby. See, I gotta stop. It's
Stop.
family. It's
Just
family.
stop.
It's family.
Stop.
All right.
Family.
Next topic on
Family. Family.
After Dark
family,
Show.
Family. Family. I love my family. Love my nephews.
All right, we got a lot to get to.
Yes. So let's get to it.
All right, so Philly D's been talking.
There's
mad-
some Hila slander in the chat. Listen,
What?
you guys.
What are they saying?
They're saying I'm controlling. I'm not controlling. This is a family issue that Ethan and I have an agreement on with multiple other people.
Wait, people are accusing you of being controlling
Yes.
because you don't want me to talk about
And
Trisha?
Ethan is
The
just
hell?
not listening to our agreement by talking about it. So,
Well, to be fair, you're the one who conjured her name.
it really did have a winner moment in there with the Trisha Paytas.
So good.
It's so good.
Speaking
Awesome.
of Trisha Paytas, she's been trending with the Queen.
Yes, right. But that was in a very
I love
non-problematic way.
You know what? I love my family. Hila's not controlling. Hila's doing the right thing. Trust me, you guys.
This is me looking out for a lot of other people. It's not just me involved here. And so it's bigger than me.
I would.
This is a bestie thing.
I love it. I love it.
Show thing.
We're giving new 3 frenemies.
Yeah.
No, better. Sorry.
Here's kind of.
It's just so hard not to.
Speaking of situations you can't talk about, like that's the one in our life.
Yeah.
That really sucks because like Ethan is such an open person and I am too. Like when it comes to our online stuff, I mean we pretty much share literally everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Does that bother you? That you is it legal that you can't say things, or it's
Wait,
for
what
the
are we
greater
talking
good?
about that I can't talk about?
Just frenemies.
Oh, that's just like a personal.
It's not legal.
Yeah.
It's just family.
And that doesn't bother me. I've talked about that shit so much now. There's nothing left to say about it.
Do you guys? You're like, there's nothing left to say about it. I'm like, well, here's
I mean,
my
listen-
troll.
No, you can ask me whatever you want, and if I don't want to talk about
Yeah.
it, then I won't. Like
Do you guys still speak with Moses?
No. And it's really hard.
Moses to me,
Moses is
My brother.
your brother.
isn't that crazy
It's,
as
it's
fuck?
really hard. It's really
Were
hard.
you very close your whole life?
Yes.
Dude, we used to hang out with him every
He was the
week.
closest one.
Every week, dude.
It really does sound.
And then
And it's really hard on my whole family that we don't talk because I have 2 other siblings and they talk with him.
Yeah.
And my mom obviously
It's
talks
very
with
hard
him.
to be the one.
So like
kind of
we can't have
community.
like a holiday
Yeah.
together. We can't have like
so you wouldn't be in the
no.
same room. Yeah.
And so
I
in
would
that
sooner.
regard,
I would sooner. I'm just gonna say it. I would sooner make up. With, oh, don't say it. I'm out.
No, I don't want you to say that. I know what you're gonna
I'm out.
say.
Hey, this is me right now. Verbal bad boy. Also smart.
What do y'all think Ethan was about to say? I think he was about to say, I would sooner make up with Trisha. And if I were to take it a little further, he was probably going to say, I would sooner make up with Trisha than with Moses. And then Hila told him to stop. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think he was about to say. Adios.
The account. And I will say the one time that either of us had an interaction with Jason, you met him, and he was very sweet with you. So.
Yeah, I haven't talked about it on the show, but we did run into each other.
Oh, we haven't?
Post. No, I don't think we did.
Frenemies.
Post the drama and everything. So it was very nice, and it felt like we were like trauma bonded a little bit.
Yeah.
That he wanted to talk more, or what?
If he said, if you want to talk more, and gave you his contact.
He gave me his number,
Really nice.
but I never followed up.
The trauma.
Like, I feel like I probably would want to talk to him about it, but also at the same time, I've been just kind of like, it's been better for me to just put this behind me and not talk about it to anybody really, because it's like I feel better when I don't. So I haven't opened up that door yet. I don't know if I will, but it was nice.
And now Howie brings it up, and she was like, no, you're cool with me. You can talk about it. That's why we did that whole long build-up, because we want to see what's the change. So let's deduce what is going on. What's the change? Why is she able to now speak about it?
So, but I don't know if I'm overstepping my bounds.
No, you're not.
I saw some people saying, how dare Howie bring it up? And you could have that thought, but just know that Hila is welcoming the conversation.
And in telling, I just think that, hey, listen, you don't have to be best friends, but you should not have animosity or any negativity toward a family member.
I understand completely what Howie's saying. I just want to add, though, there can be a good reason why you can have animosity towards a family member. I'll just add the clarification for him. I may be wrong, I may be speaking out of turn, but I feel as though he's speaking about issues in families that can be solved, or you can find a solution to, you can come to some kind of understanding where you think time is short. Even he made reference that outside forces are against us, so you should really hang on to the people closest to you, your family. This is all just assuming you come from a good family or just a normal family where problems arise. Do not think everybody's family is perfect. It may look like that from the outside, but we're all dealing with things in our family. Everything does not have to rise to the level 10. The things that need to be a 10 can be a 10, but not everything is a 10. So he's just saying, hey, if it's a 3, if it's a 4, let's bring it down to a 0 or a 1.
Or you can just.
And I never thought that I would be in a situation like that.
But you are.
Right.
So can I do anything to fix it?
Normally I would shut this down completely and immediately, but I feel like it keeps coming up. Like, and every time people see us, that's the first thing they ask. So
she says that a lot of people keep bringing it up. So why don't you just keep shutting it down like you've been doing? I think because something's changed within her. This is what I say. People don't change unless they want to. She was adamant in shutting things down, but for some reason now she wants to talk. She's experienced a change. She wants to change. It's coming from within her. And with Howie bringing it up, I feel like it was a way for her to express it. Like, she's even relieved that he brought it up because she wanted to talk about it.
Doesn't your mother say it to you?
Well, my mom.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
Well, I'm just telling you as a parent. I have 3 children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
If two of my kids were not talking, it would break my heart.
Right, and that's what my mom tells me.
Being a lot older than you, I just don't want you to. And I don't even know him.
Hila said, yeah, that's what my mom tells me. Yeah, I could completely understand her mom feeling like she's stuck because I'm sure she loves all her children, and to have 2 that aren't speaking to each other is going to be heartbreaking for her. I see exactly what's going on here. I'm going to let them continue, but I know what's going on here. Watch.
69.
So maybe
69 or 68.
69.
My age.
Yeah.
I'm not wrestling for. This could be my last broadcast.
That would be special for me.
But Gabe wouldn't care, right?
I'd hate to see you leave, but
This conversation would have done a 180 and went in a totally opposite direction. And I know that Ethan does get sidetracked and distracted a lot. But a part of me is thinking that Ethan was deliberately trying to steer the conversation in a different direction for Hila's sake, because he knows Hila doesn't like talking about her family.
You don't want me to talk about
And
Trisha?
Ethan is
The
just
hell?
not listening to our agreement by talking about it. So,
That's the disconnect right here. Ethan is stuck in the past knowing that his wife does not want to talk about Moses and Trisha, that he doesn't realize that at that exact moment, she does want to talk about Moses and Trisha.
But think of that clicks.
okay, so I wanted
Think
to
of the
say something,
thumbnail.
you guys. I wanted to say something. Whenever you bring it up, for some reason, it hits me differently. Maybe it's like a father figure speaking to me. I don't know.
When Ethan yawns, is so obnoxious. Did you notice Hila brought that conversation all the way back to her family? When does Hila ever do that? She wants to not talk about it or talk about how she doesn't want to make up with them?
It's been better for me to just put this behind me and not talk about it to anybody, really, because it's like I feel better when I don't. So I haven't opened up that door yet.
But here, these two were going in a completely different direction, and she's like, no. I want to say something. And she brought it back to her family again. So she considers Howie a father figure, and she really is entrusting him to rectify her family situation.
But maybe I'm open to thinking about something to do about it.
I hope you are. And I'm not saying it because I want to bring up something that's
Yes.
controversial.
I'm open to a situation where it's guided by you.
It's so funny because Hila wants a reconciliation, but she's so overly cautious.
Maybe I'm open to thinking about something to do about it.
I hope you are.
Guys, she said, maybe I'm open to thinking about probably doing something. Maybe I added a word in there. That's so like non-committal, but still progress. Ethan mentions, what, you want Howie to bring you back together with your family? And she's agreeing like, yep, I want Howie to do it. That's kind of odd to me. Because when I hear that, I'm thinking, is this going to turn into a show? Because what, are you expecting Howie to go on his off hours when he's not doing his national television show and he's not doing his podcast and he's not spending time with his family? You want him to go to your house and sit down and have a conversation with Moses and Trisha? Because that seems weird. Again, unless you're speaking about you're going to make it a broadcast situation where you want everybody to get together on YouTube and talk about it. But I don't think I would agree with that.
From day one, I'll do it. From day one,
we're both involved in it, Ethan. We need an outsider.
So Howie's still trying to deliver his message, and you can see Hila and Ethan are having their own discussion, but Howie said, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
And Hila's saying, I'm paraphrasing, hey, Ethan, we're both involved in it, and Howie's an outsider, so let's bring him in to facilitate a conversation between the siblings.
First met you, I met you in
doesn't know all the
Malibu.
details, though.
I started talking
Well, he'll
about
have
it,
to
and people
educate
got mad
himself.
at me.
Okay, there's two conversations happening. Howie is still barreling on through, and he's saying when he first brought this topic up, they were in Malibu, and I'm thinking that's where his podcast is filmed. Ethan was on Howie's podcast, and they talked about it. So he's saying, when I first brought it up, the H3 Frenemies audience, he said the audience was mad at me.
I started talking
Well, he'll
about
have
it,
to
and people
educate
got
himself.
mad at me.
Now let's go back to what Ethan and Hila are talking about.
In Malibu.
Now, Ethan is responding to what Hila said before, where she was saying she wants Howie to have a fresh look at what's going on. Ethan is saying Howie doesn't know all the details about the situation. To which Hila replied,
Well, he'll have to
people
educate
got
himself.
mad.
well, he's gonna have to educate himself. This is a problem waiting to happen. You know what I'm getting flashbacks about? On Frenemies, after Ethan and Trisha's first and second argument, they called in Dr. Drew, who didn't educate himself on their past conflict, and he had to sit there and get a quick summary of what was going on, and it was a complete mess. If you want my opinion, I think Dr. Drew made it worse. Wait till when I go back and do Frenemies Reloaded on his episodes. So I can see why Ethan is being hesitant about bringing an outsider who doesn't know what's going on to mediate the issues between the siblings.
Your audience got mad at me because I said to Ethan, you don't talk to your sister-in-law and you don't talk to your family. And
if you haven't, go back and watch my episode when Ethan was on Howie's podcast. It was a mess. It was a mess.
I also tuned into you a while back. I don't think you're doing it with her anymore, but there was that, what's her name, Trish? Are you on good terms with her?
No, horrible.
Wait, but does your wife talk to her brother?
No. We were all really close with him, and he ended up marrying, Trisha, and everything went off the rails.
And how are the in-laws with her?
Oh, well, they hate her guts. Yeah, if you want to ask seriously.
I did ask seriously.
If there's one thing, and maybe you're talking to somebody that is this close to not being here anymore, you realize that life is short. Well, compared
You're not
to
that
you guys,
close. Okay.
you don't know.
The conversation goes off track and then they start talking about something else. And I thought this was the end of it, but then I realized towards the end when Howie's about to leave, the subject comes up again. So let's look into it.
I would.
You call,
I love
answer.
you guys. Congratulations
well.
on the growth of the family, the new baby.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your weight loss.
Thank you.
I don't want to go too deep, but I hope you do just call your brother and say, I love you, and then hang up the phone. Don't say anything else.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if I can do that.
Wow. Howie said to just tell your brother, I love you. Ethan says, I don't know if that's true. And Hila says, I don't know if I can do that. What? My perception is Hila thinks she still has the moral high ground in the situation, and she doesn't realize that's not how Moses sees it. Because Moses is good. I promise you, Moses is acting like there is no problem. Watch, I'm going to break it down for you guys. Let's just see how this ends.
But
Just do that. And
Well,
hang up the phone.
I think it's more like.
And good luck with frenemies. I hope you do that again. I see Tana pushing that.
Oh, you guys, they're doing it again. Ethan is saying, I think it's more like.
Well,
hang
I
up the
think
phone.
I think it's more like.
And good luck with frenemies.
He was going to explain it. Why? It'll make my job a lot easier because I have all these convictions. This is what I think is happening. But if you let these people talk, they will tell you exactly what's happening.
Yeah, she's not the only one.
What?
She's not the only one.
I'll push it too. It was a funny show. It's a really good show.
But the thing is, I don't know that it's a I love you type of thing. It's more like a, well, let's just be civil for the family.
Thank you, Ethan. I had this idea and I never said it. But remember when Hila told Tana this?
Do you guys still speak with Moses?
No. And it's really hard.
Moses, to me,
Hey, Moses is
My brother.
your brother.
isn't that crazy as
That is
fuck?
crazy.
really
I just
hard.
feel-
It's really
Were
hard.
you very close your whole life?
Yes.
Dude,
That
we
is
used to
hard.
hang out with him
He was
every
the
week.
closest one.
Every week, dude.
It really does suck.
And then
And it's really hard on my whole family that we don't talk because I have two other siblings and they talk with him.
Yeah.
And my mom obviously
It's
talks
very
with
hard
him.
to
And
be the one.
So like
kind of
we can't have
choosing.
like a holiday
Yeah.
together. We can't
Yeah,
have like
so you wouldn't be in the
no.
same room. Yeah.
Let's just be civil for the family.
we can't have like a holiday
Yeah.
together. We can't
Yeah,
have like
so you wouldn't be in the
no.
same room. Yeah.
I knew it from then. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. Whatever issues between Moses and Hila, her family is being neutral. It's not that deep for them to pick sides. Okay, cool. Hila's sticking to her moral high ground. She doesn't want to see Moses. That's fine. Cool. Now, what happens when a holiday comes around or a family moment, gathering? What happens then? Hila would more than likely separate herself and not go to the family function because she knows Moses is going to be there. And by doing that, she's isolating herself. Because the family gathering will go on, but she's not present. Her family's going to get resentful. So what, now I have to have 2 birthdays celebration because you don't want me to invite my brother? I see now, it's not that she's forgiven Moses, so to speak. It's more that she wants to be able to show up in the same place that they show up, as far as family is concerned. Because believe you me, Moses is showing up to any invitation given. And I bet you when he goes to the family gatherings, he's going to be saying he has no issue with Hila. That Hila's the one that has an issue with him. That way he can control the narrative. And I'm not saying that Hila's in the wrong. I'm just saying this is how the perception builds. And now you see she, in a sense, is the first one to fold. Remember when Ethan told his story back in the beginning? Let me replay it.
And Hila's mom was with us, and she's straggling. And we're like, what? She's talking to someone like, who? She doesn't know anyone. Who's she talking to? And then so I walk back there with the boys, and I go, oh, shit. Oh, it's Moses and Trisha.
Ethan said he and the boys went to the back. Hila was with him. Hila stayed out front. So he went to the back with the boys, and that's when he saw Moses and Trisha. And what did he do? Ethan went to go say hi to them. If Hila would have turned the corner with Ethan, she wouldn't have gone to say hi. That's what I got from that story. Anybody's going on with something similar in their families, and I'm not talking about serious issues, because I know there can be some horrendous issues in families. That's not what this is. It's interpersonal conflict between the two. Be mindful, because if you do take that position that Hila is taking, it's a lot. Because that person who may be in the wrong is showing up everywhere, creating new moments with their family members, building stronger bonds. Meanwhile, you may be right, but you're looking in from the outside. And why put yourself through that? If he's going to show up, you show up. Not to turn the situation into a blowout, but I don't know, maybe if they were still finding moments around each other, this might have resolved a long time ago. But if they're purposely avoiding each other, then there's no way this issue can be solved.
Right.
Well, being civil is not communicating. You should say you could love somebody and not get along with somebody. You could love somebody and not have to share the same thoughts. You could love,
Can you love and hate somebody?
Yes, Ethan. Yes, you can. And that's why this conflict is going on for way longer than it needs to be.
It's really hard. Were you very close your whole life?
Yes.
Dude, we used to hang out with him every
He was the
week.
closest one.
So his betrayal of her is going to cut deeper than it would for anybody else, especially someone she doesn't care about. It's just funny he brought in the word hate.
Can you love and hate somebody?
Ethan, you walked up to Moses and you guys dapped it up. So I know there's no hate between you and Moses. Ethan is cool because really, if you really want to know what's up, Ethan doesn't have a problem with Moses either. As in, he's taking on his wife's problem, which I'm not even mad at him about. Hila would not have walked up to Moses. No way. She would have turned around. Ethan did it because Ethan has no problem. Because once Hila forgives Moses, let's just say, Ethan is going to be right on board. Like, hey, fine, cool, let's go. But she's still mad at him. Okay, fine, Ethan's going to be mad. I like that. I like that they're unified in their hate for Moses. I'm being facetious.
You could love somebody and hate what they've done. You can love somebody and hate what they're doing. You can love somebody and hate what they said. But no, you should love somebody. That is your blood and your flesh. That is family.
What if your family member is just a giant fucking asshole?
Yeah, what if? Oh, yo. Now I get it. That's the sentence that Ethan was trying to say when he was talking to Tana.
There's family issues. Obviously, Trisha's husband.
It's just a giant fucking asshole.
I'm going to paraphrase what Ethan said, but basically Moses is difficult to deal with. All right, let me just say it that way. That's really Hila's problem with Moses. I did a video. Remember the gaslight video I did? I think that's where I talked about it. Because this is what Moses does. Moses plays games. He will hate you, and then he'll see you and just act like he doesn't hate you. And you feel the hate. You feel it. Yeah, Moses is very difficult to deal with, and that's the issue. He's not admitting he has a problem with Hila, and it ballooned into such a bigger issue to where Hila thought it best to just cut it off with him. But watch my gaslight video. I'm pretty sure that's the one where I went into it in greater detail.
What if your family member is just a giant fucking asshole?
you could say that, but I love this giant fucking asshole that happens to be my brother.
Sha-la-la.